Hello, welcome to my Coffee Pod channel, and in today's video I'm going to review a coffee machine that I got, I say recently, it was about 6 weeks ago, and it's this. This is the ONE coffee machine. You may have heard of Grind. They're an online company that do coffee pods and coffee and accessories and stuff, and I saw this machine, I really like the look of it, so I went out and bought it, and I've been using it for a few weeks, and I want to run through today all the things that I'd really like about it and a couple of things I'd like to have changed about it and see whether it's worth £200 or 250 if you buy it at full price. Okay, so let's crack on with the review. So here it is then, this is the Grind ONE machine. It's actually from a Swedish company, and I'm going to butcher it, Strand, I don't know how you say it, but they've repurposed it and put their branding on it, and I just think it looks stunning. I've got absolutely no issues with this being on my side. I love the look of it. Nice and shiny, compact as well, and we'll talk about measurements in a bit. I just think it looks brilliant sat on the side. As I said, I've had this about 6 weeks. Your retail price is about 250, but if you get a discount code you can get it down, and it's certainly if you sign up to the first time for their emails you can get a percentage off this, so I wouldn't pay full price for this. Always go and try and get a discount first. So let's walk around it then. So on the top there we have these metal bars here to give the kind of impression of like a cup warmer. I don't know if you've seen like the professional machines, they have cup warmers on here. Okay, this one doesn't actually get hot, okay, so it's not going to warm your cup up significantly. It gets warm to the touch, but it's not going to heat up any cups that are on there. And then we have the flat back here for the water. The water tank is massive, 1.2 litres. Really big bonus this with the size of this. A lot of my machines don't have a water tank that big, so that is a definite bonus. You have your handle up here, really nice touch. You pull that down and it pops the Nespresso pod out there. You have your brew there, where your coffee comes out, your on-off switch, and when you turn it on, you have your LED. It's not flashing, it is flashing because of the camera, so that is solid. And then off, and then over here we have small and large. These are programmable, so you can change them where you want. I just happen to find them on coming out of the box, so to be fine for me with the large one, so I normally have the large on there. And moving down, that's where they've branded it themselves, where it says Grind. This is where your Nespresso pods end up, and then we have this removable drip tray, so you can move that up and down. Again, I'll talk about specifications in a second. So let's just take this off, and that's where they end up in there. So you might think it's nice and shiny, but it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet. No, I'm not going to lie, it does get a bit dirty, but it takes quite a lot. It doesn't take, if I move my hand over it and kind of put my hand on it, it doesn't come up. It's with splashes of coffee and water and stuff like that that marks it. In the 6 weeks I've had this, I'd clean it twice, I think, hardly at all. So if you're worried about it being a fingerprint magnet, don't worry about it too much. And then it's just a wet cloth to wipe over it. No problems there at all. So another thing I really like about this is the size. It is really small. So if I measure it, you're looking at 27 centimeters to there, and then another 7 centimeters to there. So 27 centimeters, that's all going back. Fantastic. And then the width is just over 15 centimeters wide, and then obviously you've got the handle a few centimeters extra as well. But it's such a small machine, so it can pretty much go anywhere. The couple of my machines that I've had are much larger that way and that way, so it's much more difficult to get things on the side of it. But this is a really compact machine and the perfect size. So as you said, the drip tray is adjustable, so that's on the kind of like the widest gap, and then it can go right up here. I'm not sure what you could fit in there, but if you go down one, you could fit kind of like an average espresso mug in there. And then if we take it down to one of these, you can fit an average sized mug there. If I measure this, you're looking at around 10.5 centimeters maximum for a mug there, going right up to 3.5 centimeters maximum there. So if you're like me and you've got yourself kind of like a big mug, I use my Ember mug, if it's on the bottom one there, it isn't gonna fit in there just. So what I have to do, take that off, put it on the floor like that, and then it fits like that, no problem. Okay, it's just you haven't got to be able to fit it on there. But that's if you use a big mug like me, which is only sometimes really. Generally, I put it on the lowest one. You can fit kind of like the average household mug underneath like that. So also I wanted to talk to you about the sound as well. I did a short on the sound on this. Surprisingly quiet, okay? So if I flick this on, you're not going to get any noise with it boiling up. And these will flash here until it's ready. And then you can put your pod in and go for it. But what I want to do is I'm just going to set it off and I'm going to talk and I'm going to have the microphone pretty much near it and you'll see how loud this thing is. And it's not very loud at all. So there you go, get your pod. So this is a grind pod. I'm going to be talking about using other pods in a bit as well. So pop your pod in, pop your handle down. They're ready to go. I'm just going to be a small shot. Okay, so you press that and then the light starts going and then it will start feeling up. So there we are, it's going, okay, and the microphone is next to my mouth. So this is like a normal conversation and with the coffee pouring out there. Listen at how quiet that is. Some of my machines are really loud. This one is super quiet. And then while we're here, let's have a look at the coffee we've got out here. So we've got the kind of so-called crema off an espresso, not really, is it? But this was their own. This one was their house blend, I believe. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. And that was on the smaller one, the stock, just single shot there. And then when you're done, what you're going to do is going to pull this up like that. And that will have ended up in here. Okay, right, it's now about time I tell you something I really don't like about this. And the problem I've had, it's this tray here. So, it drips out here. So what it does, it catches the pods in there, which is great. But as you can see, it catches all of the liquid as well. So if you want to pour it out, you've got to kind of like, if you're going to be putting this in your compost bin or in your bin, you've kind of got to stop these from pouring out as you pour out the liquid there. And it's really messy. It would have been nice if there had been a basket in there. So this is for my DeLonghi. All you're going to do is pull that out. You have all your liquid in there that you pour away. And you have your dry Nespresso pods in there that you can throw away. So that comes in a two-parter. That one doesn't do that with this. You have to either pour all the liquid into your bin or into your composter, or just that. That's just one thing I think I wish really could have been redesigned. I mean, I probably might be able to 3D print something to put in there. A little bit mucky at the bottom there, do you see that? So a bit of an issue with that. Okay, next up then, a very small issue here is, I believe this might be designed for the grind pods rather than any other pod as well. So I've got a pod here, so this is where it comes. And you'll see that it's paper on here. So this is an old one I brewed this morning. So this is paper and this is metallic. This doesn't get pierced as much as this one. So I reckon it must have been around 50 of these, one didn't get pierced. Whereas the grind ones, every single one got pierced. Now the cynic in me is telling me that they're designed to use their coffee, which is fine, fair enough, over something like these Nespresso pods. And to be honest, I am moving over to grind because I just think the range and the flavours of the grind pods are better. So I'm going back to grind anyway. So it's just something to consider if you're using regular Nespresso pods. Sometimes, or admittedly very occasionally, it doesn't pierce it fully. So what about taste then? Well, this has been sat now for a couple of minutes. Still looks really good. Look, it's a bit bubbly on the top there. Okay, we'll forgive it, it's fine. This is pulling out a great shot, okay? I have not been disappointed with any of the coffee that has come through this. Let's have a quick taste. Yeah, it really is a fantastic. Is this worth £200? Yes, I'll be honest with you. I just think it's fantastic. I think the looks are brilliant. I don't think you're going to get a much better looking Nespresso machine than this. It's really easy to pull your Nespresso. Really simple with the 1 and 2, but you can adjust that if you need to. Lovely espresso coming out of here. Easy to work. Adjustable. Looks fantastic. Big water tank. So many positives. Just a couple of small negatives. And the big one being having to pour out the spare liquid and then the espressos out of the bins. But hey, we can get over that, no problems. So there we go then. Let me know your thoughts on the Grind One machine. Are you thinking about getting one? Personally, I just think it looks great. I just can't get over the way it looks on my side. It looks fantastic, pulling out a decent Nespresso as well, which is always a bonus. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to know about your Nespresso machine, or if there's other Nespresso machine you think I want to try. I'm always on the lookout for a new one, although I think this Grind One's going to be sitting on my desktop for quite a while. Okay, let me know if you've got any questions. Please do like, please do subscribe. Until the next video, bye-bye.